So I want to talk to you guys about something that I think is a common myth that really holds people back and keeps them doing things that they don't really want to be doing. And I mean, honestly, who has time for that anyway, but especially right now. So the myth is that you have to be on all these different social platforms and you're just like putting yourself out there. And it's like, if you build it, they will come kind of idea. And that's not really the way that it works. And it's not really how it has to work. And this can be really terrifying, maybe at first, but actually very freeing. So I believe that you get to decide how you want to get clients. And I think that this is so important and it's often overlooked, right? Because people feel like, well, I want to get my logo and I want to get my website designed and then I got to get this package. And oh, yeah, now I need to think about how I'm actually going to get people to buy the thing that I'm trying to sell. When if you think about it backwards and you really think about it first of how do I want to get clients, and then you build a website that supports that, and then you create a marketing strategy that supports that, and then you go even deeper and you create content that supports the way that you really want to get clients. um, so I'll give you a few examples so that you guys can really see what I mean about this. So it's a fact, I believe this is a fact of people that I know. So, yes, there are people out there who have, I don't know, big like digital courses and things like that. And it's probably true that they're getting people in to take these courses and things like that with Facebook ads and stuff. So they're not actually having that like one on one connection. But of the people that I know that I've worked with in multiple businesses, so different kinds of businesses, online, in person, brick and mortar, whenever I've asked them where they get most of their clients from, they always say referrals. And I believe that this is true because of the power of having that personal recommendation as far as they're out there networking for you when someone says, oh, I really just need a web designer and I'm not sure who to hire. And their friend says, oh, well, I think this person is really great. They did it for my friend, or they've done a website for me, or something like that. Kind of also works in reverse where someone's like, wow, I really like this website. And they ask, like, who did your website? Because I really like yours. And they say, oh, well, let me tell you about, Shanna. She does really great websites and things like that. And this kind of works in multiple ways. So anytime you have an affiliate program, when you just have like really good friends where you just recommend each other. So if one person does branding and logos and another person does web design, they're constantly sending each other referrals. And so that makes them like, that's a really great partnership of where they're out there helping you get leads instead of you always having to spend your time getting all the leads, right? And so it makes it a lot easier. Lots of digital businesses have a makeup like this where they are having that referral program so that they are able to capture more leads and generate more revenue without doing as much work. But one of the key components that makes this so successful is because when someone else makes a recommendation, then we already have some built-in like trust with that person that they're going to do a good job. Because if you go to Sephora, and I can use makeup example since it's mostly girls here. If you go to Sephora and you want to get some new makeup, it's kind of overwhelming, right? You have so many choices. So you may think, well, I usually like this particular brand, so I'll go to this particular brand, right? And so in a business example, this will be a person's niche. Like, I know I want a Squarespace site, so I'm going to find a Squarespace designer. And then you're kind of looking like, well, let me look at the packaging, like what's kind of standing out to me. And then you're looking at your pain points. So if I want to get some new moisturizer, it may be really important to me that it is going to be organic. It may be really important to me that it's anti-aging. It may be really important to me that it is a nighttime because I already have a daytime or something like that, right? And so we start narrowing it down. But the minute one of your friends says, oh my gosh, I just got this new moisturizer, it's amazing, you have to try it. We're like, oh, okay. Well, you're 50% bought in at that point. So you're going to go look at the moisturizer that your friend recommended, and then you're going to check your pain points. Is it anti-aging? Is it for nighttime use? Is it organic? So then you're going to look and see. And if it's a match, it's a match and it's a done deal, right? So that's the power of referrals. And I say that just to kind of break down this myth that like the only way to get clients is you have to be on Instagram or you have to be on Facebook or you have to have a Facebook group. You don't have to do anything. because any marketing technique is going to work if you work it. And the more people you work with, the more referrals that you're going to get. And that's always going to be a really important part of your business. So it's really just deciding, how do I want to get clients? And that really depends on a few things, like how much time do you have? How do you like to show up? What do you feel are really your strong suits when it comes to the way that you connect with people? So if it's that you love to do calls, like I personally love to do calls. I can be on the phone and talk all day, like love that. That's one of my favorite ways to get me clients, is just offering free calls. And that's why I do it so much, because I enjoy it. I would 1,000% rather do free calls and sit down and write a blog post, like 1,000%. So it's knowing those things about yourself and figuring it out. So it could even be that there's a way that you really like to show up. Like maybe you feel like video would be so great for you because you hate writing. And the idea of like popping on Instagram, doing a video and getting clients sounds really amazing, even if it's scary and it feels a little out of your comfort zone. If it seems like something that would really match up with the way that you like to show up, the time that you want to put into something, and kind of just your overall energy level about it, it's going to be a good way for you to get clients, because the key to marketing, like I said, is consistency. Like anything works if you work it, you got to be consistent. So it's picking something that is really going to work for you, because the magic of it is that you'll actually do it, right? And you'll go all in on it, instead of like maybe doing something on LinkedIn one day, maybe showing up on Facebook another day, that kind of stuff, because that doesn't get you real results. It's a consistency, that consistent marketing is going to get you consistent clients. So it's figuring out. So the myth is that it has to be one way, it has to be another way. And that's not true. It depends on how you want to get clients. So right now, this Facebook group that I have is because this is how I would like to get clients. Like I said, I love doing free calls. I love putting out content. I just love talking to people. And so I created my own group so that I can have a place where I have focused intention of giving the very best content that I have, giving the most amount of time that I have. Like I want to give so much in this group that it's an easy thing, but it's because I want to. Like this is where I want to show up. I want to be here for you guys. I want to form relationships. And I thought, like, why am I doing that on like Instagram, or showing up in other people's groups and giving them content and helping their people, instead of like, why don't I have a place where I can do all of those things I love, but it's like my group? Like that feels really good to me. And I started this group, and it's still pretty new. So any of you that are here, I really appreciate it. But that's why I'm here, because I've decided that this is the way that I want to generate leads of people that will be really good, really good relationships for me, people that I can really help. And I get to do the thing that I really love to do all the time, which is just helping people build their business. So that's why you see me show up every week in here. That's why you see me giving a mini masterclass and that 1 hour of free coaching, because those are the ways that I decided that I'm going to build relationships with people. And those are the ways that I decided that I really like to show up and give value and content to people to help them build their business. And you can do the same thing. So you can decide whether it is a podcast, or if it is getting in Facebook groups, like whatever it is that you like to do and you feel really good about how you show up, you're just going to do that, but it's a decision that you've made. I like Instagram. It's fine, I guess. Like I wouldn't say that it's my favorite place to be, but I like it. And I use that to help me tell people about the place that I really want to show up the most, which is this group. So if you listen to my podcast, it tells you about the mini masterclass that invites you into this group. If you get my newsletter, there's an invitation to join this group to watch the mini masterclass. If I'm on Facebook and someone says, wow, I'm really having a problem with this, I'm like, oh, I have a great resource for that. It's a mini masterclass that I did last month, and you can grab that. It's pinned inside the group. So it's an invitation to join my group. So everything is really pushing into this group, because this is the place that I decided that I really want to show up. Now, am I getting tons of clients and making millions of dollars out of this group? No, I'm not. Like the group is only like 4 months old, I think. But I've decided that this is where I'm building relationships. And am I building relationships? Definitely. Am I getting to get on the phone and talk to some of you guys? 100%. And it's wonderful. And it's because I decided that that's where I want to put the most of my energy and focus. And what a relief, right? Like to just to think like you don't have to be everywhere. You can actually pick how you want to get clients. That's really, really great. And anybody can do that. So do I get referrals? Yes. Oh my gosh. I love getting referrals, right? Those are always such great people to work with because it's almost like a family. It's like, oh, I worked with your friend and I get to work with you, and then I'll work with your friend. And those are wonderful things. But you can also choose how you want to show up and how you really want to build your business instead of feeling like you have to do things in a different way. So you can have a podcast, you can have a Facebook group, you can pick 5 groups that you really love on Facebook and you can show up and give value and build relationships there. It can be Instagram, you can be queen of your own Instagram, you can do IGTV, you can do weekly videos, you can make sure that you're engaging with 10 people a day, whatever it is that you really like to do, that's the thing that you should do because it will be the thing that actually gets you results and helps you get clients. So I would love to know, let me know, what have you decided like how have you decided that you are going to get clients? What are you going to do? And like, how does this change things for you? So I'd love to know.